Mr. Leonard Perry L.P. Hickman died April the 19th at the age of 92. Funeral service for Mr. L.P. Hickman will be Friday at 2 o'clock from First United Methodist Church of Sylacauga with the Reverend Byron White officiating. The graveside is to follow at Evergreen Memorial Cemetery in Sylacauga. Visitation at the church beginning at 1 p.m. prior to the service. In lieu of flowers, memorial contribution can be made to the First United Methodist Church in Sylacauga, 105 East Spring Street. Online memorials can be offered at CurtisandSonFH.com. Mr. Hickman was a long-time Sylacaugan, supportive of many Little League teams down through the years, a big Alabama fan and Braves fan too. And his wife Edna went home to be with the Lord a few years ago, and now Mr. L.P. has passed away. Leonard Perry L.P. Hickman of Sylacauga. That service will be Friday at 2 o'clock from First United Methodist Church in Sylacauga. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel will direct the service. Betty Marie Cecilia Brannon Spates was born March 23rd, 1933. She was a member of the Childersburg Church of God, and funeral service for Ms. Spates will be today at 2 o'clock from Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, with visitation 2 hours prior to the service, burial in the old Childersburg Cemetery. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Mrs. Linda Blake died April the 21st. Curtis and Son Funeral Home will announce the arrangements. And Mrs. Edith Cannell, age 99, died Sunday at Wetumpka Health and Rehab. Curtis and Son Funeral Home will announce the arrangements for Mrs. Cannell later on today. Funeral service for Mr. Georgie Brandon Walters, age 36, of Alexander City, is today at 6 p.m. from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Dr. John Watkins officiating. The family will receive friends this afternoon, 4:30 to 5:30 at the funeral home. Mr. Walters died Thursday, April the 18th in Montgomery. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home, Alexander City, directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Geraldine G. Carter, age 88, of Alexander City, is also today at 2 o'clock from New Rocky Mount Baptist Church with the Reverend Rod Seegers officiating. Burial in the New Rocky Mount Baptist Church Cemetery. The body will lie in state at the church today beginning at 1 p.m. Mrs. Carter died Friday, April the 19th at Chapman's Healthcare Center. Radley Funeral Home, Alexander City, in charge of the arrangements. And funeral service for Mr. Anthony Eugene Green, age 45, of Alexander City, is Wednesday at noon from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. The Reverend Rick Lavelle will officiate. Burial in the Hillview Memorial Park. The family will receive friends on Wednesday from 10 until noon at the funeral home. Mr. Green died April 16th at Bay Medical Center in Panama City, Florida. He was a member of the Marshall Street Church of God. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home directing. James Anthony Pilkington, age 78, died April the 18th. Graveside service at 2:30 from Hephzibah Baptist Church Cemetery. Talladega Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements. Joseph Jody C. Brasher Jr., age 68, died April the 12th. Celebration of life will be Saturday, April 27th at noon at Emmanuel Baptist Church. James Pee Wee Gurley will officiate the service. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home directing. And funeral service for Norman Chris Kirby, age 54, of Sylacauga, today at 11 o'clock from the chapel of Radley Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga with Brother Mark Deason officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Mr. Kirby died April 17th at his residence. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Radley Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga in charge of the arrangements. These obituaries this morning brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home. The North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. for pre-need funerals, burials, or cremation since 1975. Courteous & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.